Welcome back to our final fabulous segment here on Cityline. With me, I have one of my favorite people. He's our local ginger, as I like to call him. He needs no introduction, but for those of you who do not know him, well, get ready. This is Mr. Bryan Flint. He is the Executive Director of Sound Outreach. Welcome back to Cityline, Bryan.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me on today. I always appreciate talking to you, and you're one of my favorite people and love seeing you on the screen.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm sure you're getting direct deposit money from my mom. So I'll make
Yes.
So Bryan, for people who are not aware of what an amazing organization Sound Outreach is, would you please kind of walk us through what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. Sound Outreach is a local nonprofit that's located on the hilltop. We also have an office in Parkland, but we serve families who are working but struggling to make ends meet. And we have financial coaches and employment coaches that work as a team to help people gain empowerment and control over their finances and really untangle things like bad debt, medical debt, and develop a plan, a budget and a plan so they can gain control of their lives and really succeed. And so we're helping people move into living wage careers and create savings plans and access benefits when they need to.
Oh, and you said that so smoothly, but there is a huge spiritual vortex below that statement because no longer are people taught financial intelligence because many of us are working 2 and 3 jobs in our 20s or once we finish college, and it's all we can do to put food on the table. So what a beautiful gift you give us without any kind of judgment, without any kind of shame to take your services and learn how to have some financial peace of mind.
And yeah, our model starts with financial education. So there's that education part about knowing how to manage your money. But then that's only takes you so far. The empowerment part comes from the coaching. So sitting down one-on-one with somebody who can help you think through what are your goals? What do you want to do with this money that you're receiving and spending? And how do you unleash that potential? And it can be an accountability buddy. It can be somebody that can pick you up when you make a mistake. And it's really a journey that we have for 2 to 3 years with people because it takes time to build your way out of poverty. It's a vicious trap, and it can take just one thing to hold people in unstable economic terms for years and decades.
Oh, it took me years in my 20s and 30s to understand how important my credit rating was and how just even applying for a credit card or 1 or 2 can affect my credit report. So that's just a teensy thing of what you educate there. So in good times, normal times, whatever that is, non-pandemic times, all of what you said holds so much weight. What are the financial impacts, Bryan, on families you've seen from the COVID-19 pandemic, whether they have good, sound financial knowledge or they don't?
Well, pretty much all of our clients lost income due to COVID and have struggled financially. And of course, right now we're facing the potential of a perfect storm. We're having spikes. The governor has taken bold action to close, restaurants again. So people are going to lose their jobs again. And our families have been struggling and balancing paying utility bills, buying food, and paying rent. And there's been a moratorium on evictions that's currently scheduled to end the end of December. The federal money is also scheduled to end at the end of December. So I'm really worried what January means for families who've been really trying to puzzle their way through this system and this pandemic we're in. And of course, it's creating a lot of stress for our families. And The impact on families has not been equitable. We've seen a greater impact on minorities and on women. Immigrants have been completely cut out of the financial benefits that have been made available. Black-owned businesses, over 40% have closed. And so the access to financial institutions has been a struggle. So it's had a significant impact, but we've also had some really good success stories. We just recently told the story of Carla, who was laid off, and she's made a career change and she's getting into welding. And we have another client who is unemployed, but she's created a savings plan, and she's got a greater sense of self now because she has control. The money isn't as much and it's still unstable, but she has control over the situation, and she has a plan and she knows what she's doing. And I think that's the hardest part about this pandemic, is the lack of control that we have. Like, the world is crashing in on us. And so if we can get a small measure of control over our lives and just create a plan, we have people who are unemployed who are creating savings plans and are looking to switch careers. So we have some bright spots, but it's been really hard on people.
Oh, it has. And as you and I talk to each other, and it's a couple of days after the governor has made the announcement, people are waking up to trying to get online to the Unemployment Securities Division. It is almost next to impossible. I can only imagine what they must feel like looking at their bank account, looking at, gosh, the weather is changing. How do I pay my utility bills? So, Bryan, if someone has recently been furloughed or laid off, and let's talk about our hospitality industry, because that is what's on our heart and mind right now as of Monday. What do we do? What do you do for them? What advice do we have?
Yes. Well, certainly get in line with the unemployment office, but give us a call. Look us up on soundoutreach.org. Call our phone number. We can do an assessment with everybody, find out what's going on, what their credit is, talk about their budget, how do they, and one of the things we do that I haven't talked about is we help people figure out what benefits they can take advantage of. So what's out there that can help them get by. And so if you live in Pierce County or now Federal Way, we have a program we've expanded in Federal Way. If you are in Federal Way or in Pierce County, give us a call. We'll set you up with a counselor. We have employment coaches that are helping people figure out how to do job interviews using Zoom and learn that skill, how to present yourself in a virtual world. So give us a call and we'll see what we can do to help you create some stability in your life.
I love that, because it is so hard to pick up that phone when you say, we'll talk about credit and we'll talk about how to give you some stability. There's so much fear involved in contacting someone and saying, I don't have a great credit history and now I have no job. So what do we really have to talk about? So it is wonderful that you put forth the option of, let's just talk about the programs that you can take advantage of, where Sound Outreach can be that umbrella that says, if you need to get help with your utilities, we can recommend you go here. Because, when you're paralyzed and when you're terrified and looking at your cupboard and you have children at home, nobody wants to talk about the things that you haven't done.
Right. And our services are free. They're one-on-one and they're confidential. And we have found that by doing Zoom like you and I are doing, folks can do it from home and they actually like that better. So it's totally confidential and free service.
Such a gift. Let's talk about in these last 3 minutes, the Bridging the Gap campaign. What is that?
Well, that's a campaign to help raise money for us to do our work because our services are free. We did a fundraiser virtual. It didn't go as well as planned, so we have a gap, $37,000 that we're trying to raise before the end of the year. So if people can donate online at soundoutreach.org, or again, give us a call at the phone number, and we'll gladly accept any donations of any amount.
Oh, I love that. Boy, it is amazing to me that to whom much is given, much is required, as was said back in the 1960s by Robert F. Kennedy. And here you are giving so much to everybody, and yet you give out of a place of also need. That is so noble. And I hope that everybody, any small amount they can give to you, they also do. How is your team holding up during this time?
You know, the team, I am so proud of them. Everybody has been working from home since March, and they have dug in to help their clients and reach out and check in with people. A lot of the work is just kind of mental health care and just keeping people's spirits up and looking for hope anywhere we can find it. It's stressful on the staff. It's hard. It's hard on all of us. But we're working as a team together, and we're actually working better as a team. A crisis, focuses you. So I'm really proud of what the staff has done this year. It's really pretty amazing. And we've been able to keep everybody on board.
That was my question. If you've had to reduce hours or lay people off, and obviously your team is still intact, so it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Bryan, who do we need to thank before I say goodbye to you?
Well, I have a fantastic board, as I said, the staff, and we had wonderful sponsors for our events and our donors. And we're supported significantly by the banks and credit unions in the community, too many to name in the time we have left. And fundamentally, thanks to our clients for trusting us. Money is a hard topic. It's a risk to come talk to us, and we're just really appreciative that they allow us to walk the journey with them.
Well, I have to say that I am so impressed and so grateful for your presence here in Pierce County and in Federal Way. You are that silent protector and that silent cheerleader that comes in under the radar and helps people understand the difficulty of money and lack thereof, and also financial wellness and health during this time. So, Bryan, please take care of yourself and that wonderful partner of your Joy, and also the rest of your team, and do have a very happy holiday.
You too, Amanda. Please take care of yourself as well.
I will, thank you. Well, that wraps up another segment of Cityline. It is truly my honor and my privilege to be in your home. We are facing some really difficult times right now, but we have this. We are the Grit City for a reason, because we always come out on top. We support each other. We embrace each other. So please wear your mask, wash your hands, stay inside, and show your love for this city and for each other by socially distancing. And when you come back, as always, I'll be waiting for you right here at Cityline. Take care.
Tacoma's where you'll stay. Oh, you're from Seattle. Oh, you're from LA. Oh, you're from Chicago, but Tacoma's where you'll stay. Yeah, Tacoma.